Recording stopped.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. The question that you asked was basically the fact that sometimes once you log into the router, you see line protocol interface up, line protocol down, or something like that. For us to be able to understand what that means, we're going to illustrate it using maybe a router. So I pick a router, and then maybe I pick a switch. Okay. Then maybe I make a connection between this router, gigabit 00, and this switch. Now, on a normal day, because I have done this, it is believed that I'm going to have communication between this router and this switch. If I open this router here and I go to enable and I say show IP interface brief, what I am seeing here is that this router has 2 gigabit interfaces. And you can see that the IP addresses are not assigned. And you can see that the status is saying that it is administratively down. And then the protocol is saying it is also down. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to configure these 2 interfaces. I will assign IP addresses on them. And then I will do a scenario where you will see how the protocol will remain down and the other one will be up. So to do that, let me configure terminal. And then I go to interface gigabit 0/0 IP address. I'm going to just assign an IP address randomly. So let's see 192.168.1.1 for the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, so I have assigned an IP address to interface gigabit 0/0, but that is not enough. That interface needs to be activated, and to activate it, you use the command no shutdown. All right, so you'll see this message that comes up. You will see line protocol on interface has been changed to up. Okay, and you see here it says interface has been changed to up. So you should see that this is turning green. This is to tell you that this has come up. So if I come and I say do show IP interface brief, you will see here it's telling me there's an IP address and the status is up and the protocol is up. Now, I will do the same thing for gigabit 01 and then we will see the difference. So I'll exit here, I'll say interface gigabit 01 and I press enter. And then I say IP address. I give it an IP address 172.16.1.1, for instance. And then subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And then I say no shut down. You see, I'm using the same command, but observe something. In this case, it only says interface has changed to up. There is no message of line protocol. See, in this case, interface has changed to up, and then line protocol has changed to up. But this one, it didn't give us any message about line protocol. So if I do show IP interface brief, you will see that interface here is up. Interface here is up, but line protocol is down. So I presume that is your question on what scenario or what cases am I going to have things like this. Now, what happens is that this line protocol is just trying to tell you that there is no communication, the communication protocol between the interfaces is not happening. Okay, because this interface here is supposed to connect to another interface so that they can begin to exchange information. In the case of this guy, This interface is up and the protocol is up because there is another device that is communicating with it. So if I decide to bring a switch or a PC, let's see, I put a PC here, a switch here, and then I decide to now connect from this port and I give it a particular port. Okay. The moment I do that, can you see the message that just came up? It says line protocol of interfaces gigabit 0/1 change state to up. Now it's trying to tell us if we do show IP interface brief, you will see that the line protocol has now changed up. So where you see this concept of line protocol coming up comes in when you are when you see line protocol is down, it means that on your network, there is no communication with the next device. So that's just it. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So when we discover that, we go through this same process you've done here.
Okay.
And connect.
Yes, so but in a real life scenario, for instance, you're trying to troubleshoot your network, and then you do show IP interface brief, and you see the line protocol is down. What it simply means that you know that the interface is up, but the line protocol is down. So you are talking about the remote device, the next device that is communicating to this guy. Something is wrong. There is no communication. That's just what it means. The protocol is trying to tell you that these are the rules that governs the communication. So there's no communication. So when it says line protocol is down, it means there's no communication with the next device.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
The other one is this.
Yeah.
While I was going the exam, that is the last one, I discovered that my host B is not coming on. I believe, I don't know whether it's, I want to be sure if this particular one you just did solves the problem. No, there are two pieces. Host A on the system itself is showing the green light. That means it's connected. But host B, when connected to, because it's connecting straight to the router, but the host A is connecting first from the router to the switch, then from the switch to the system, which all the lights showed green, both on the router and switch. But for the host B, because it's coming straight from the router to the system, it's not bringing up the light. I tried changing the port to where host A is, and it came up. I put host A back to the same port that was not working. I changed all the ports. I discovered that this thing is maybe, is it the router? Because there are only two ports for RJ45 on that router in that exam. It's now showing me that it's only one that is working. So, and when I do IP protocol, when I say show the interface brief, it will show me that everything is down, but only one is okay. That's what I discovered. Host B is not coming up on the system. The green light is not even showing at all.
Okay. So now, as you can see here, connecting this PC to this router, all the green light is showing. Okay. If I come here on the same interface of gigabit 0/1 and I say shut down, the moment I say shut down, have you observed? Can you see it has turned?
Okay.
It has turned red to tell you that the interface is down. You understand?
Okay.
Yes, the interface is down. But if you look at it in this side, if I decide to shut down this guy, let me see interface gigabit 0/0, and I say shut down. If I decide to shut down this guy, you see this guy is red, but look at the one connecting to this one is still green.
It's still green.
Yeah, it's still green because this PC is not directly connected to the router. But this one is directly connected to the router. So once you see it's red, it's trying to tell you the interface on that router is down.
And we must connect it back.
So all you just need to do is enable it, just use the command no shutdown, and then it will come up. Okay. Then let's see the other one, interface G0/1, and then we say no down. So they would all come up. So you see, they will turn back green. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Thank you. I
Oh,
think this red will turn green.
all right. Yes, they will turn
Yes.
green.
The other one is um
All right. So
okay, so I discovered that the grading system on my exam, I don't know whether it has happened to others. Well, I'm done with the exam. I went to the grade. It will show me the grade is correct. Yes, I've done it successfully. I've seen my score. But when I come back to the exam, it will be showing as if I've not done it. Everything are unchecked. But previously, it will show checked and just go straight to my score. But now, when I even the final exam is showing like that till now. So I don't know what the problem is. But on the grading system, it's showing that I'm done with the exams.
okay, maybe we'll look at that after the class session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So let me quickly answer the second question that was asked in yesterday's class.
Okay.
Someone was saying that there is a router, and if I go to the router, I go to physical here, you'll see that okay, instead of if I come to command line here, if I say, let me see, exit, if I say show IP interface brief, it gives me the number of interfaces. Can you see? There are only
Mm,
two physical interfaces here. Somebody who asked this question yesterday, so I promised to respond to it today. Okay.
mm,
So you see there are 2 gigabit interfaces here. And he was asking, how, if you want to have more interfaces on the router, how do you go about it? All right. And that's what I want to do. So all you need to do once you come to physical here, on the router, you see that there are spaces here. We call them expandable modular. Okay, expandable modules, and you can check whatever it is that this particular version of router can give. So if I click this, for instance, here, you come down here, this is the image of what we're talking about. This is a wireless card. If I do with cover, this is a cover. If I click this one, this is a serial port. If I click this one, this is like an Ethernet port. If I click this one, this is like a double serial port. If I click this one, this is, you see the interface that is there. So each one of it has what it is. So if I pick, for instance, this serial port, and then for me to add, I must first of all shut down the router. So to shut it down, I come here and I power it off. The moment you power it off, you see the router is powered off, you can log in. Okay, so this is powered off, you can now pick this and come and drop it inside. So you see, I have added this particular module. Now, if I power the router, it's going to power the router, and then I'm going to see the interfaces. So you see, previously, two, I only have two physical interfaces. So now I'm going to now check. I do enable, I do show IP interface brief, for instance. Can you see, apart from these two interfaces, I have gotten another two interfaces, serial interfaces. You see, serial interfaces. So there's what we call those expandable modular, helps you to add, to increase the interfaces that you need. Okay, so if I power it off again, and then I can decide to add some other interfaces. Maybe I want to add this interface. Okay, then if I power it on, let's see what interface is gotten over there. Okay, all right. So once we've done, enable, say show IP interface brief. Can you see? It has added fast Ethernet. Can you see? So you can add the number of
Interface.
interface. Yes, that you need. So the person was asking, I don't know who was asking yesterday. If the person is around, maybe the person can confirm if this solves his problem or not. But I think this is the little that I can show you guys. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All
Thank you, sir.
right. So having said this, I think we are done with the question